To our respected panels, Professor Labnimi Prieto, ma'am, and Professor Larry Brasilia, sir, good day. It is an honor to present to you our research paper entitled The Voice of Seasoned Teachers in Dealing with 21st Century Learners Amidst Pandemic. And I am Noel V. Valdez Jr.
And I'm Justin Lloyd Bermejo.
And we are the group Z3139. Teaching learning congruence between seasoned teachers and millennials learners remain a challenge. A study at the University of Phoenix 2013 reveals that the seasoned teachers are challenged to get the attention and focus for them to learn concepts during classroom discussions. Besides, gadgets, particularly cell phones, wherein most of the students own, compete with the teacher's discussion and are considered one of the common disturbances among the students. It is according to the Tucker 2014. In the Philippines also, a journal Educational and Social Research study is disclosed that 81.1% of millennial students use Google habitually, and 35.1% believe that Google is a valuable tool than those provided in the library, and 51% frequently use Wikipedia for assignments. It is according to Aguirre and Fuller 2018. In the selected schools of division at Davao del Norte, seasoned teachers struggle in dealing with 21st century learners, unlike the new generation of teachers who are more technologically literate. This concern also affects students' performance and behavior due to lack of focus and interest. And for the review of related literature, the modality switched to either online or modular learning, resulting in changes to the teaching profession. Notably, teachers teaching learning styles and strategies, those seasoned teachers who are not tech savvy and do not have gadgets are the most affected. This pandemic led to a significant challenge to the global education system. It is new experience for seasoned teachers to transition an online mode of instruction when dealing with 21st century learners. It is according to Baluran and Hernan 2020 and Dewan 2020. The following research questions sought to answer the experiences, coping mechanism, and insights of the seasoned teachers dealing with 21st century learners.
And for the method, a phenomenological type of qualitative research was utilized in this study. The research participants of this study were 14 seasoned teachers of selected secondary schools in the division of Davao del Norte. The researchers employed a validated researcher-made interview protocol as a guide to conduct in-depth interviews or IDI and focus group discussion or FGD to collect data from the seasoned teachers participants. Before the interview process, pertinent papers were prepared, such as informed consent, letter of permission to conduct a study, interview guide protocols and question, and letter to participants requesting them to participate in the study. After which the participants was selected using the purposive sampling technique, and afterwards, the researchers conduct an in-depth interview and focus group discussions with participants, and the data collected was analyzed using the thematic analysis.
Next, we have the results and discussions. For experiences of seasoned teachers, their first theme is challenging, where most of the participants revealed that they find teaching with 21st century learners as challenging. They also emphasized that they experience hardships this pandemic utilizing technology. For instance, one of the participants revealed that their capacity and ability were challenged. Second, we have the difficulty in dealing with 21st century learners, where the participants emphasized that teachers experienced difficulty in dealing with 21st century learners. They articulated that the students were complaining about the modules. According to them, even if difficult to conduct online classes, they need to learn new platform. And for the lack of computer skills and knowledge, the participants emphasized that it takes time to acquire new skills and knowledge in manipulating educational technologies, especially when you are a seasoned teacher. For instance, one of the participants stated that she struggles in manipulating Google Forms. For the coping mechanism of seasoned teachers, the first theme appeared is the training and workshop, where most of the participants stated that they have attended training and webinars for them to enhance their skills in using technological devices in school. And next we have the provision of learner-centered activities, where the participants express their different teaching approach and strategies in order to give quality education despite a challenging situation. For instance, one of the participants emphasized that using new technology and strategy will help you to improve your flexibility in teaching. And we have the collaboration of colleagues and the participants revealed that every time they struggle in manipulating particular device, they seek for help for their younger co-teachers. For instance, one of the participants stated that she asked for assistance in manipulating unfamiliar educational devices.
Next is on the insight of seasoned teachers in dealing with 21st century learners amidst this pandemic. Three essential themes were generated. First is continuous learning. As revealed in this study, despite the pandemic, most of the participants are in continuous learning mode and exploring to increase their skills and knowledge retention in dealing with 21st century learners. Participants also express their realization, even though they are traditional teacher, they keep on learning about the advancement of technology and explore today's generation's approaches for them to improve and contribute success to the teaching learning process. Second is the adaptation of the modern pedagogy. It is a unique experience for seasoned teachers to explore new approaches to adapt to a new environment and dealing with 21st century learners amidst pandemic. The majority of the participants are currently working to comprehend modern technology pedagogy. The participants revealed in the study agreed with the modernization of teaching strategy as they adopt the new way of learning than in the traditional strategy. Therefore, teacher effectiveness depends on their ability to adapt and adjust instructions based on the needs of today's learners. And lastly, is the patience and dedication of seasoned teachers. Assistant teachers in the study have shared that being assistant teachers through their experiences taught them to have patience and persevered in learning to improve assistant teachers regardless of any circumstances. The participants of this study also recommended that the utilization of technology needs patience and motivation to transfer knowledge to the learners. Despite the pandemic, the, the teachers' resiliency appeared in this new normal education problem. The seasoned teachers have dedicated themselves to their students as well as the future.
After gathering all the information, we came up to the conclusion that as an aspiring educator in the future, we are very interested in this study. We have experience being taught by teachers of different ages, which has driven us to the idea of recognizing and eliciting the experiences and insights of seasoned teachers in dealing with 21st century learners. In addition, we have observed how seasoned teachers are being challenged to connect to the course of content to the current culture and make learning outcomes possible. That is why we find it interesting how seasoned teachers cope up to what is the trend, share information, and learn to the student as the age gap, trends, and race society is concerned. After we conducted the study, we have seen how teachers are doing their best to cater the needs of the 21st century learners by adapting and adjusting to their students, teaching the students. It is about reaching out to the pace of learning to make the learning process more meaningful.
For the recommendation, Since this study is limited to only a few secondary public schools in the Davao del Norte division, the following future research is recommended. First, because the findings of the study are not generalizable beyond the 14 participants, future research on the experiences of seasoned teachers in dealing with 21st century learners with a different group of participants could be conducted to strengthen the validity of the study's findings. Second, future research might be undertaken in other parts of Region 11 in other regions to gather more information and perspectives from other seasoned teachers in dealing with 21st century learners. And lastly, the Department of Education should provide seasoned teachers with training and workshops to deal with current trends, mainly when dealing with 21st century learners amidst pandemic.
And here are the references of our study. And that would be the end of our presentation. Thank you.